me, and welcome back to my channel. Or if you are brand new, then make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn on your bell so you will be notified every single time that I upload. I upload every single week, numerous times a week, every single week. But lately, I am on a roll, y'all, so it's been kind of crazy. So, we've been visiting Japan for quite some time now on my channel. I mean, obviously we're not done because I freaking love Japan and all the ghost stories, urban legends, and just all the haunted places over there. But today, we are going to Peru. Now, I don't think I've ever made a video with any hauntings or anything having to do with Peru. So I'm really excited about this. Very excited. So, this video is all about the most haunted house in Peru, known as the Yellow House. And yes, yo girl dressed the part. I'm always trying to match my outfits to whatever the video topic is, so I'm all yellow today to look like the Yellow House. Now this house, like I said, is known as the scariest, most haunted, even cursed, actually not just even cursed, it actually is a cursed house with a terrifying secret involving the second level, the second floor. Something so horrific happened on the second floor. The legend goes that a group of people were killed in cold blood on the second level. But why were they killed? How were they killed? When were they killed? Why were they killed? So many years ago, an old man lived in the Yellow House. He had a wife and children and lived with his servants, a butler, and a chef. The man occupied the second floor of the Yellow House, and his servants lived on the ground floor. This man had quite the temper, and he treated his servants very badly, constantly mistreating and insulting them. The servants were filled with hatred for the man and vowed to someday get their revenge. They came up with a plan to publicly embarrass this man. So one day, this man was holding a dinner party. When his guests all arrived and sat down in the dining room, that's when the servants were ready to attack. That's when they decided to take their revenge. So what exactly did they do? They put the drug LSD, they put it in the food. Now, LSD can cause hallucinations, so they inserted this drug into the food that was being served to the man and his guests. So after they did that and they noticed that the guests were about to eat the food, they decided to leave the dining room and go into the kitchen and wait and just, our plan is done. All we gotta do is wait and see what happens. So they were in the kitchen for about 15 minutes. Then all of a sudden they heard angry voices and plates smashing. They were looking at each other and laughing like, finally it's working. Then all of a sudden, the energy in the dining room went crazy. People were getting violent. People were screaming at the top of their lungs. It was scary. And they were getting scared in the kitchen like, okay, I thought we were gonna be happy, injecting the food with LSD. But now we're hearing screams and stuff, getting a little worried. So as the noises died down, they came out of the kitchen, and the sight, what they saw in front of them, was absolutely horrific, gruesome. There was blood splattered all over the walls and the floor. Laying on the floor were so many bodies and body parts spread all over. Like, what the heck? This is a dinner party. We were just giving them LSD. Like I said, it causes hallucinations, and you know what I mean? Not that I have experience personally. I've never done drugs in my life. I never smoked in my life. Never done anything in my life. Just so we make that clear, because I don't want people being like, how do you know it causes hallucinations? I looked it up, and it's in the story. That's how I know. And guys, when I say body parts are on the floor, I mean eyeballs were out of their socket. Arms severed on the floor. Organs splattered everywhere. This was gruesome and horrific and shocking, traumatizing, scary, disgusting, psychotic. Like, I can just go on and on. Heads were decapitated, like such a gruesome murder scene. But who murdered all these people, all the guests at this dinner party? It was the guests. They all murdered each other. The guests and the old man. They all killed each other in the most horrific, gruesome way. So the servants were absolutely horrified. This was just not in the plan for it to turn out this gruesome and this bad. So they started getting anxiety because everybody's dead. Body parts are everywhere. Blood is splattered all over the floors and the wall. They started freaking out that they're all gonna go to prison for the rest of their lives, get like the death penalty. They were freaking out. So they decided to take their own lives by hanging themselves from the ceiling in the dining room on the second floor. Ever since then, the Yellow House in Peru had a reputation for being haunted. Most people were afraid to go near the place. It is said that the house began to fall to ruin until it was purchased years later by a property developer. Later, a Japanese family moved into the house. They were completely unaware of the history of the old building. The night they moved in, the husband took a knife and murdered his entire family before killing himself. After that, the house lay vacant for many years until a local priest was asked to perform an exorcism there. The owners wanted the house to be cleansed so that it could be sold. The priest entered the first floor with no problem. It was when he set foot on the second floor, he had a panic attack that resulted in his death. One of the creepiest stories was in the 1960s, there was a television host that made a bet that he could stay 7 nights over in this house, no problem. He lasted 1 night. The next morning, he was found laying on the pavement. He went completely insane and he had to go to a mental hospital. So they say to this day that there are ghostly screams that come from the second floor of this building, of this yellow house, and no one can explain it. Like, horrific screams. Some people have also seen ghostly figures roaming the second level through the windows, and nobody's up there. Nobody's up there, so who can it be? So they say that if a group of people are willing to spend the night, overnight from dusk until dawn, overnight at the yellow house in a group, you will go insane, and everyone involved in your group will reenact exactly what happened that night of the dinner party, the brutal murders, and you will die. If you were given the opportunity to spend the night in this house on the second floor with a group of your friends, would you do it? Would you risk the chance of you going crazy and murdering your friends and having your friends murder you? Do you think you're just like the television host that can spend 7 nights, or says that he can spend 7 nights? Sounds like me. I'm like, bitch, I can spend a week. Or no, 7 nights. I can spend 2 weeks, 14 days. Oh my God, there's the 4 again. I can spend 14 days. But no, he thought he was so tough. I can spend a whole week here, please. He lasted 1 night. And then he went to an insane asylum and was never seen from or heard from again. So would you do it? I would. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know all your thoughts down below. Thank you so much for watching. As always, you rock my world, and the song lyrics Michael Jackson. Hashtag team Brady44. Hashtag both with the runs. Hey, and I will see you guys in my next video. Could be tomorrow, since I'm on a roll. I'll see you guys then.